Hello, my name is Daniel Braga, and today I will be speaking to you about the new emerging trend of making money with online platforms. The reason why this is important for us to know at Quanta Communication is because we must always stay ahead of the curve and see what people are doing and how they are thinking. So, looking at some data here is going to help us gauge this new trend and stay ahead of the curve. Let's begin. So, overview of what we're going to be talking about. So, 24% of Americans used online platforms to make money last year. This opens up new streams of revenue for them, and it's good for people who can't work full time or they need flexible hours. This serves as good entry level jobs for people entering the workforce. Some of the key points I'll be talking about in this presentation are selling online and home sharing platforms, labor platforms or gigs, and the public opinion about these new job markets. For the first topic, selling online and home sharing. 18% of people made money from selling things online last year alone. Social media is extremely important for marketing these items out and getting them in front of the right people. And most online sellers see their income as nice to have, but not essential. And 1 in 10 Americans use home sharing to earn money last year. This is going to be a growing number because there's a lot of people looking for this service and not enough people providing this service, in my personal opinion. Now, if we look at some of this data here, you can see that out of the 18% of items sold online, 14% of those items were used or secondhand goods, and only 2% were actually handmade goods. So people are selling more things that they own than they can make. Some of the other things that people are selling are insurance, collectibles, hair, gift cards, and even fine china. So there's a lot of different possibilities for selling things online. Some of the common apps they use are Etsy, which they sell a lot of handmade things. Craigslist has a very wide variety of things to sell, as well as eBay. And Airbnb is the most common home sharing app out right now. Now, the other platform is labor platforms or gigs. These are jobs that require some physical work to be done instead of just monetary transactions online. 8% of Americans have earned money from using online employment platforms last year. More popular with people ages 18 to 29 years old. And something to do and filling in income gaps are top motivators for people to seek online gig work. Workers who depend more on the income are more likely to take on physically demanding jobs. So as we see some of the data here, we can see that 56% of these users using labor platforms say that their income is essential or important to their financial security, while 42% of them say that it's just nice to have. So we see that a majority of people actually depend on this income more than it is as just an extra income for them. And these are some of the common apps that labor platforms provide. We have Lyft over here, Uber, which is a driving application just as Lyft is. They are kind of in direct competition. This one here is Upwork. This does a lot of business type jobs such as digital freelance in terms of Photoshop work, digital editing, and things of that nature. And I put Craigslist again because it's such a versatile platform. Now, it's important to know the public opinion about these jobs because you can gauge how far these apps and platforms might go. Intensive users have very positive outlooks towards gig work. So people that are more serious users about these online platforms mainly lean towards finding gig work or physical labor. Although convenience is great, some users think that these companies can take advantage of employees. And keep in mind that there are still a large share of people who are not aware of these services. Now, we can look at the bottom here and we can see that 41% of people disagree that some of these jobs can build careers, while more intensive users, 25% of the people do think that they are a possibility to build a career. So you can see the different perceptions of people who are intensive users or just people who are regular users. So in conclusion, making money using online platforms is becoming more popular among your younger generations. Labor platform users generally depend on more income they make more than online sellers. So laborers are generally more serious about this side work. Online selling platforms offer various possibilities to make money by catering to many niches. As you saw before, there are many different possibilities people can take to sell their things online. And that is it for my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.